Welcome back to my channel. Coming up in this episode, I discover that if I was travelling over a century ago, then the Loire River would have been my motorway of choice and river barges would have been my campervan of the day. It was the main artery that brought life to the town of Chateauneuf-sur-Loire, where I will explore today. So in the grounds of the chateau, the stables now is where we're going to head towards. A fantastic cultural museum brings it all to life as I unearth what it's like to live on the mighty Loire River. And then towards the end of the day, I have to resolve the case of the missing air services. A little park up here that was on Park for Nights. It's services we actually drove around twice and I probably would have missed it completely. And it reminds me I must start designing my own sculpture of remembrance. And if you're new here, then welcome. And if you want to catch up on the previous trip episodes in the series, then I will put the playlist in the description. Waking up at the park up, not too far from the banks of the river, I managed to get Tom my drone up to see the centre of the town. Chateauneuf was very much a little Versailles of its day, with its 17th century chateau and sweeping parklands bringing splendour and refinement to the area. Its locality next to the river saw trade come and go from the town. See, as per the concerns in the last episode, I didn't drive off without them. So we just parked up in Chateauneuf-sur-Loire in the centre there. It's about 10 minutes from where we were parked up down by the river. This is the church of Saint Etienne, I understand. The 13th century church in the centre of the town has a light and airy feel about it. And one thing we have noticed is that they all tend to play music, giving it the feel of it being calm and welcoming. The light outside brings to life the modern stained glass, which was added in 1959. This striking sculpture is a 17th century marble mausoleum dedicated to a Louis de la Philippe. He was a powerful statesman in the times of Louis XIII and Louis XIV reigns. It's carved entirely out of white marble, which I have to say I found it a bit haunting. And it reminds me I must start designing my own sculpture of remembrance. Don't forget, if you like what you see, please hit that like button, and why not subscribe so you don't miss episodes, as it's free. So the town's definitely a place to walk around the alleyways, a lot of old buildings, heading towards I believe the Maritime Museum about the life on the River Loire. I think it's around the parkland over here. So this is the grounds of the chateau that's in Chateauneuf-sur-Loire. If I get that right. There's lovely oranges colour there, the beds. So the chateau was created in the 11th century. And then it was redesigned in the 13th century by the then French King Philippe the Fair, as he was known. So this tree we've just seen on the ground here. The devil's that? It says orange tree, but oh, there's inside it. It's like a seeded part. It's not an orange as we know it. There's now a hotel, the chateau is. These are the gardens at the back. I think the River Loire's over that way. So in the grounds of the chateau, the stables now is where we're going to head towards, which is the Marine de Loire Museum, which is all about the town's rich river history. So this is the Marine Museum. It's a Monday, so it's really quiet today. We just parked up in the town. Once again, parking was free. Crazy. but they just encourage you in, you know. We're going to spend our money in some of the attractions. These are lime trees, I think. Oh, there you go. Oh, they're right. Oh, James are going to like these, the formality of this. Let's take you into the museum. So this was the old stables that's now being converted into this museum. Let's see. You can just see the quality of the museum. So it was only €5 each, but because we'd visited the Chateau Castle at Sully-sur-Loire, we got a discount. So it was only €3 each, which is crazy. We're starting here, and we're going that way. Yeah. But the rest of the Loire goes all the way down to here, at the foot of the Mont Jebier-de-Jonc mountain. So this is the remains of what they called a pirogue. By the looks of it, it's like a punt, I suppose. It was on the river. The quality of the building, architecturally, the way it's laid out, you just know it's a good museum. So I have to say, very impressed the way it's all laid out. We've got a little translation guide as well to go around with it. Looks like these are fragments from the Roman period. Those are coins from the Roman period. The barges themselves were made of oak and measured 25 to 30 metres long and about 4 metres wide. They sort of had flat hulls. And of course, where there's barges, there's a need for people who build the barges and all the craftsmen that are around that. So carpenters building that. So these are bargemen's chests. They were sort of the life of the river, the bargemen, ferrying goods up and down, whilst we see the Loire as a very picturesque, quiet river now. I would imagine back in the day it would have had a whole different life to it. Commercial shipping on the Loire ended almost 100 years ago, but Chateauneuf was a very important river port. The Loire bargeman was quite critical to the life of the river. So on the Loire, they conveyed everything from silk, pottery, coal, slate, anchors, wheat, wood, stone, fish, anything really, from the interior out to the coast. And then obviously back the other way from the West Indies, the river helped deliver sugar, coffee, cocoa, all those goods that's coming from other countries into the centre of France. So they used to have floating mills because of the Loire River used to obviously rise and fall. It was difficult to build mills on the side of the river because of the flooding and that, so they came up with basically a floating mill. And then in the bigger housing would be the big millstone wheels grinding, I guess, flour and things like that. So sugar was quite a commodity in those days. So chopping up the raw sugar, weighing it out and selling it on. So I think that's a model of the bridge that's at Nantes. I think the one I think is the one at Marseille. So Chateauneuf-sur-Loire is definitely a place to explore, even just the back streets. There's a lot of old buildings. It's just got a great feel to it. Well, as is the Vanlife way, it's park up time. Another free site courtesy of French Communities. so I want to first empty the grey waste. But this proved to be a little more challenging as I can't seem to find the services. Here is the park up, but I just can't see the services, so round we go again. And once again I miss it. Can you see it? Anyway, a third attempt and it's found. I mean, these little service stations are so well thought through, they're really clean, I'll be honest with you. The infrastructure is just there, it's brilliant. So that's where the services are. And so it's just around the corner from where we're parked. So we've just arrived at Vitry-aux-Loges. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, so apologies for that. And the little park up here that was on Park for Nights. We're right by a canal here. So yeah, that's us for the night, I think. Nestled in the Loire Valley, Vitry-aux-Loges is a peaceful village surrounded by woodland and waterways. Once a key stop for barge traffic, it lies beside the Canal d'Orléans. Good morning. Had a good night's sleep. It's a fantastic little air, so thank you to the community here for creating this. I have to say it's really nice. It's probably one of my favourites so far on the Loire Valley, I would say. I think it's something we sort of like, those small, peaceful places rather than the bigger airs, which are more functional, I would say. So what's the plan today? Well, we're off to Orléans, the city of Orléans today, just continuing west along the Loire Valley. I'll show you Orléans in the next episode and some changes we had to make to our trip. So if you enjoyed this, please help me by liking, subscribing and commenting. I also have a buy me a coffee link in the description if you want to support me further.